Look at your bank account right now. Seriously. After 40 hours last week, 40 hours the week before, 40 hours every single week for the last year, how much is actually in there? If the number is less than 1 month of your rent, this video isn't just for you, it's a warning. You're going to work today thinking your problem is that you don't make enough money, but I'm about to show you something that most personal finance advice refuses to admit. And by the end of this, you'll realize that your job itself, not your spending, not your coffee habit, might be the single biggest reason you're still broke. My name is Thomas, and I spend way too much time thinking about why you're still broke despite working 40 hours a week. If you're someone who feels exhausted every Sunday night, watches your paycheck disappear in 48 hours, and secretly wonders if this is just how life is supposed to feel, make sure to subscribe, because I'm about to flip everything you believe about work and wealth. Here's what most of us believe. Work hard, get paid, pay your bills, save what's left. That's the deal, right? That's what our parents did. That's what our teachers told us. And it feels right because every 2 weeks a number gets deposited into your account. But here's the problem. That number is a trap. Let me give you a relatable scenario. You get paid on Friday. By Monday, you've paid rent, your car note, insurance, and that credit card minimum. Suddenly, your $2,800 paycheck is $800. Then you need groceries. Then your phone bill hits. Then a friend invites you to dinner. By Wednesday, you're checking your balance before buying gas. And what do you tell yourself? I just need a raise. No, that's the trap. Because a raise won't fix a system designed to keep you exactly where you are. Here's where it gets expensive. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. That's about $24 an hour. After taxes, you're taking home roughly $18 an hour. Now, watch this. Your job requires a commute. Let's say 45 minutes each way. That's 7.5 hours a week unpaid. You need work clothes. You need takeout lunch because you're too tired to meal prep. You need coffee to function. You need therapy or drinks or DoorDash just to decompress. These aren't luxuries. These are costs your job forces on you. When you subtract those costs from your hourly wage, suddenly your real hourly rate isn't $18, it's $9. And here's where it gets dangerous. That $9 an hour job is also stealing your time for recovery. You don't come home and build a side business, you come home and scroll on your phone for 3 hours because you have zero mental energy left. This is the math nobody talks about. You're trading your best hours for a wage that leaves you too exhausted to ever escape. You might be thinking, okay, Thomas, but I don't have a choice. I need health insurance. I need stability. I hear you, but let me show you why your brain is lying to you. There's a concept in behavioral finance called status quo bias. It means humans would rather stick with a bad situation than risk an unknown one, even if the unknown is better. Your brain prefers the pain you know over the pain you don't. So you stay at a job that underpays you. You tell yourself, it's fine, everyone feels this way. But here's what's actually happening. Your job isn't just paying you a salary, it's buying your ambition. It's buying your creativity. It's buying your belief that you couldn't make it on your own. And the scariest part? You've started to believe it. You've stopped imagining a life where you don't trade 40 hours for a paycheck. You've stopped asking, what would I do if I wasn't exhausted? Most people miss this, but the real trap isn't your salary, it's your identity. You now see yourself as an employee, and that mindset is more expensive than any rent payment. Here's what most people don't realize. Working 40 hours a week was never designed to make you wealthy. The 40-hour work week was invented by Henry Ford in 1926, not to help workers, to increase productivity. He realized if people worked less hours, they'd produce more per hour, and then they'd have time to buy his cars. You are living inside a factory model from almost 100 years ago, a model designed to create reliable consumers, not independent creators.
And here's the hidden truth they don't want you to see. Wealth isn't built on hourly income. Wealth is built on leverage. Leverage means other people's time, other people's money, or systems that work while you sleep. A 9-to-5 has zero leverage. You trade 1 hour for 1 paycheck. Stop trading, stop getting paid. That's not wealth, that's a treadmill. Most people will watch this video, nod their head, and go back to the same job tomorrow. Not because they're lazy, because they've been trained to trade time for money. And breaking that training feels terrifying. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Is it more terrifying to change or to do this for another 40 years? So what do you actually do? You can't quit tomorrow. I'm not telling you to be reckless, but you can start building an exit plan. Here's how. Step 1. Calculate your real hourly wage, not your salary divided by 40, your take-home pay minus all work-related expenses divided by all hours spent on work, including commute, recovery, and unpaid overtime. I promise you, the number will shock you. Step 2. Find one skill that separates time from money. Writing, video editing, coding, sales, design. Something you can do from anywhere at any hour. Spend 5 hours a week learning it, not 20, 5, while you keep your job. Step 3. Freelance that skill for $50 an hour, then $100, then $200. You're not quitting, you're just proving to yourself that you're worth more than your W-2 says. And step 4. When your freelance income matches your job's real hourly wage for half the hours, that's your exit. Not before, but not 1 day later. Most people never start step 2. They wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect time. But here's the secret. Motivation doesn't come before action. Action comes before motivation. And this gets even more powerful. Once you see that you can earn $200 in 2 hours of freelance work, suddenly that 40-hour week feels different. You stop begging for a raise. You stop fearing layoffs. You stop feeling broke. Because broke isn't a bank account balance. Broke is a belief that you don't have options. You have options. You've always had options, but a 40-hour work week is designed to make you forget that. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, before you check your email, write down your real hourly wage. Then write down one skill you could learn in 30 days. Then spend 20 minutes learning it. Not because I told you to, because you're finally ready to stop being a consumer of your own life and start being the creator of it. My name is Thomas. If this video hit home, subscribe right now. Because I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear before it's too late. And one last thing. The best time to build your exit was 3 years ago. The second best time is tonight, after work. Don't waste your 40 hours. Make them count. I'll see you in the next one.